Hi, my name is Wilx, and this is episode 9 of Age of Engineering. Today we're going to make a drawer controller, an alloy smelter. We're going to talk about the long-range breaker and lens of color from Actually Additions. We're going to make a Forestry Multifarm. We're going to do some bees, for instance the clay bee, and I'll make some Unbreakable Tools on screen, even though I've talked a fair bit about them already. Okay, so let's get started. I've got 2 carpenters, one for seed oil, one for water. As you can see, it is full of water. And the way it's full of water is I tried something a little different. This is the fluid pump from Immersive Engineering. They're pretty easy to make, very straightforward. That's not the part that gets interesting. That is a 2x2, of water down there. Figures I'm going to drop down and get this stuff now. There we go. And I should have dug that up for you in advance. Okay, so it's a 2x2 of water underneath it. It has to have a redstone signal for it to function, so that lever is turned on. The power seems to have to come in from the top. Now, I would have been better off with a water reservoir, but I can't make that until I make the alloy smelter, so I had this for now. And these are just the fluid pipes from Immersive Engineering. If you notice very carefully, let's see if I can get lined up for it. There's a little orange dot there. I hit it with a hammer so that it outputs water and it forces up into the carpenter. I'm not upset that I made the fluid pump. I'll probably use it later for lava in the nether. But because I'll replace this with a water reservoir which doesn't need power. Okay, so getting on to this. We needed circuits to make this. So the circuits are all from over here. It's still taking cobble, putting it in the assembly chamber, then analyzing it. They go down in here, and I got lots and lots of circuits. There's even a second page of them started now. So I've turned this into a medium storage crate. Over here I just toss in all the stables, which I can't use for this sort of thing. Okay, so we take these, and that makes a basic circuit board. These all have to be analyzed. I pop this thing down into here. I take my basic circuit board. This is just regular redstone comparator, regular stone, basic drawer, stick it in there, and I've got a drawer controller. Now we can come over here, plant down the drawer controller. It can handle drawers in up to 12 away, so I can go 12 this way as well. And I can auto sort things into it. So let's say I came over here, I grabbed a bunch of stuff, come around to the front of this, double click, and all that stuff went in there. It auto sorted it for me into all the spots it belonged. Okay, and these will be much better once I get the ender chests. I'll just drop an ender chest down there, have an ender chest feed into this, and all that will be very automated. I think I'll be quite like those things, better than a lot of the alternatives at that point. Okay, so that's the storage drawer controller. Onto the alloy smelter. So we need to make some machine frames. Keep in mind we're going to need a couple of different things. One is enriched sand. You cook that and you get clear glass. And then the sandy glass, you cook that and you get thickened glass. That's how you make these two. Okay, so the clear glass gets fed into the thermonic fabricator, and it's sort of like a fuel. It gets melted down and used that way. And then the thickened glass goes in the recipe. It's got to be the recipe that uses red. If any of these things use a redstone ingot as the recipe, it has to be that recipe. And so I need the thickened glass out of here. Put that in there. And it makes 4 at a time. So we're making 12 of these. Okay. And then, where were we? Over here? No. Over here? Yes. So I want to make 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are for later. We'll make 4 basic capacitors. Come over to this. Put in our 4 base. Oops, not the 4 tubes, the 4 basic capacitors. And that makes our machine chassis. I only need 1 machine chassis for now. Where'd my machine chassis go? Oh, up in here. Okay, I need, well actually I guess I need 2. And where did I make that? Over here. There we go. So regular furnace, regular cauldron, iron, toss that in. We get an alloy smelter. Piston, iron, flint, toss that in. We get a sag mill. Okay, and I'll put them down here and here. I'm going to change all this over to the Ender IO cables later. It'll be much neater, but this for now. Okay, so that's set up. When I start appearing with things made out of the alloy smelter, you won't get surprised. But I'm going to make a lot of stuff off camera in that. Now, I'd asked you how we would go about doing dyes. And the first one I thought about was if I get a whole bunch of sheep up here, colored sheep, and a stone animal farmer. And so I started making all of lots and lots of wool. Actually, there's more, even more in there. I'm going to kill all those sheep because I decided not to do it this way. And then I was going to make myself a crusher. Oh, it won't show on there. And I had it all set up here with all the things. And I'd crush up, it's the Immersive Engineering Crusher, the multi-block. And when I was looking for instance, Lapis. No. There it is. It looks like blue wool gives you 1 Lapis. Not so. It takes about 64 to get 3 Lapis. You get lots of string, but the Lapis is like an odds and ends thing. Not acceptable. Too much lag from those sheep to get my dyes that way. So there are better ways to get dyes. One of the ways, I wanted more sugarcane, so I've made some long-range breakers from Actually Additions. They're pretty easy to make. Long-range breaker, you need 3 of the regular auto breakers. Basic coil, that's easy enough. Void crystal, that's just coal in an atomic reconstructor. Hit it with the beam and boom, you've got it. So those things are pretty easy to make. So I've got my sugarcane collecting that way, and I tried to do it with Cactus too, but it's just not fast enough. I have 5 of those long-range breakers, and they go up to 6 away. So I can do 4 Cactus each. No, 8, sorry, 8 away. 8 away. I can do 4 Cactus each, or 8 sugarcane. And I've just got a basic survivalist generator with some oak saplings in there. They don't take very much power at all. But as you can see, I'm not getting that many of the Cactus. I'd need a lot more than that. So I'm going to do something different again. Now, what would I do with Cactus? Well, if we come over here, there's a thing called a lens of color. So if we look up lens. Sorry, I already made it, but I had to try it first. So the lens of color. You just take a regular lens, put it in front of the atomic reconstructor, and boom, you got a lens of color. Regular lens is just some glass around a black quartz. Easy to make. So you take your lens of color, and let's say we take Cactus green. and we put it on here. And then we take our cactus green, and if we hit it once, we get cocoa. That's the brown dye. Hit it again. Whoops, missed. Don't move around on me. Stay there. Hit that, and we get lapis. So we got a stack of lapis that easily. If we keep going, the way it goes is next is purple, then cyan, light gray, pink. No, sorry, gray, then pink, etc. And it goes through the whole set of colors, including hitting bone meal at one point. So the good options for doing this kind of thing, as far as I'm concerned, would be one of two. Either bone meal from a mod farm, which is what I'm going to go with. I'm going to make a mod farm because I need lots of things from it. I need heads. I need the bone meal for this. I need ender pearls quite badly, etc. So I need lots of stuff out of that. So I'm going to be making a mob farm anyways next episode. So we'll use bone meal to do it. And, well, just to show you bone meal. So we start out with bone meal. We hit it once, and we get ink sacs. Hit that again, and we're back to the cactus green. So we can get our dyes like that. And that's how I'm going to do it instead. Okay, moving on. The Forestry Multifarm. So to make this thing, we're going to need some special blocks. I've already made a bunch of these farm blocks. They were easy. Farm blocks, oh, it was 10 electron tubes, so I guess not that easy. I had to make a whole pile of 10 electron tubes. Copper, some slabs, and some more stone bricks. And I made 36 of those things. And then to make the special blocks, I'm going to need, this is steel here, not iron. So I need 6 of those. We put them in here. Don't we? Okay, so what do we need? Gearbox. We need the 10 gears, which I have this set up wrong. There. We need 6 tin gears. We're going to take 3 of them, put them there, and we get our gearbox. This is what supplies power to the thing, or you connect the power to it. Over here, we're going to use 2 more tin gears, and we're going to get a hatch. That's where all the good stuff comes out of. Over here, we're going to take another tin gear, stick it in there, and we get a valve. That's what you stick the water into. And finally, I needed a gold electron tube, and we get a farm control. I think this just turns it on and off. I don't know if it's necessary or not. But I made it anyways, just in case. And then I need some fertilizer, which was apatite and sand. Okay, so I've set up some of this already over here. So those farm control blocks or not control blocks, just farm blocks, went along here. So we want the hatch. And we're going to put it over top of this. Then we want the gearbox. We're going to put it over the power. Runs from there to here. Now I'm going to put a water reservoir in here again. This is just one of the Ender IO tanks full of water for now. That's the valve. And we'll put the control there. So this guy's all ready to go. Oh, no, it's not. We've got to do the next step. Now that we've done those, we need to make some other stuff. First thing we're going to need is this guy, a soldering iron. And that gets us our soldering iron. Next thing we're going to need is this guy here. Sorry if I'm taking so long. I just want to make sure I keep them in order and I don't get myself confused. And then these go there. And that makes us an intricate circuit board. Okay, so we've got our intricate circuit board. And we want it to go for a manual farm. An orchard where we want to get chestnuts is a manual farm. And you use an intricate circuit board, and then you use copper electron tubes for them. And boom, we've got our circuit board. So we come over here. Come on, move faster. Click anywhere on this thing. And we put our intricate circuit board in here. And we put our fertilizer in here. And it's doing its thing. Now, I don't know if it matured any of those yet. It might not. So what I did was I pre-grew the trees up there. And you have to set this up manually. So this comes out 4 along there with just regular stone bricks. And you put dirt on top of that. If it's not a manual farm, if it's an automated farm, it'll place the dirt for you, but you've still got to place the blocks. So it's 4 out there, 4 out here, and you just sort of fill it in like this to come out in that shape. Let's see, are we getting any yet? No, not yet. We'll come back and take a look at that. These torches are just there for light. They're not part of the unit. And you can put that down into the ground if you want it to be level or whatever. When I went to place my trees, 3 grew and 1 wouldn't, so I just chopped down the 3 that grew, placed them all again, and the 4 went up without a problem. It depends on how they overlap. This is just a 3x3. You can make a 4x4, or I think even a 5x5 now. So you can make them much bigger if you wanted, but that's going to be more than enough chestnuts for seed oil. Oh, I don't know if I ever showed you this. I've got HV capacitors from Immersive Engineering. They hold 4 million each attached to each one of these display stands. So when I'm doing a whole bunch at once, I don't run out of power. Okay, so that's the Forestry Multifarm taken care of. On to bees. Now, I came over here. I put them through the wash. I got a whole bunch of forest princesses put through the wash that way. I put them with common drones, hoping to get cultivated, and put them in here. So they've already been done. So let's grab some out of here. We'll grab about half of them, take a look at them, and see how we go from there. So what we're looking for are pure cultivateds. Ideally. Okay, I don't want to fill up my inventory too much, so I'll get the next 4 in a sec. Let's eat something here. So, obviously I've got some cultivateds. On the princesses, those are the only ones I'm going to actually take a look at to see if one of those is a cultivated. But the rest of these, I don't need the mixed drones. So let's get rid of them. Mixed drones. I don't care if they're partially cultivated or not. Whoops, there was another one there. Oh well. We'll get him later. So let's see if we've got... Nope. You're junk. You're junk. 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 So those are all junk. Are any of you pure? Nope. Cultivated, cultivated. Got one. Okay, so let's get rid of our junk. We don't need this soldering anymore. Okay, and finish off what we've got here. So notice I did 10 at a time, expecting to get something worthy, right? All right, so let's see if we got forest common, junk. Forest common, junk. You're a cultivated, so you're a maybe. You're junk. You're junk. Okay, so we've got a common princess that is a cultivated. And we've got a pure cultivated drone. And I actually have another pure cultivated in here as well. But that's what we're going to try it with. Is this and this. After it runs through, I'll probably put the other pure cultivated in unless I happen to get lucky, which is unlikely, and do it that way. So let's get rid of these. I'll sort them all out later. Okay, onto the dirty. So I took, well, onto clay. I made a whole bunch of dirty princesses, but in this case, I used ignoble stock. Why did I do that? I've been using pristine all the way through. They don't die. Ignobles die eventually. The reason I used ignoble in this case is if I end up with a marshy princess, I can't use it in a lot of cases. Well, I'll show you what we mean. We'll go through these. See, I got a marshy princess there. And I'll show you what I mean by that. Ooh, I saw clay there. Cool. Now, my dirty stock actually had very good stats, which caught me by surprise. I should show you one of my dirty drones. The dirty drones I used to do this with were fast, 3s on fertility, climate tolerance, up 1, down 1 on both, humidity tolerance, up 2, down 2 on both. That covers all humidities. So they were pretty good. The marshy, not so much. So let's see what we've got here to get to our clay. So here's a marshy princess. If we look at that, it's marshy dirty, so not suitable anyways. And notice on the active one has no damp intolerance. It needs damp and it has no tolerances. So I can't breed this bee again until I get the forestry greenhouse or an aviary. So I couldn't use that one again. Here's another marshy. And it's dirty and, well, this one I could breed because it's got the both up and down. So it's usable, but it's marshy dirty, so not what I want anyways. There's a clay. Clay, clay, cool. We got what we wanted on that. So how are we doing on drones? Clay drones here. Clay, clay. Too bad fertility only 2. Not bad. Well, we got cave dwelling too. So that's acceptable. Can we do any better? So it'll have to be a clay. No, we don't have any other clays. So this is what we got. And they're stackable, so they can go in there as stacked right away. And off we go to the races. Actually, do I want it right away? Let's, I'll save that one as a clay. I don't have a box for clay. Okay, we're going to have to make one. We'll save our clay in there. So we'll see how this comes out and whether its drones are any better than this drone here. But eventually I will have, for the next episode, I will have clays going full tilt. I will have automated this a little better using the Ender.io item conduits and set up a lot of those things a lot better. Okay, what else? I just thought of something else I was going to talk to you about and I didn't. Oh, yeah. I put these out to see if they despawned. So these all got their thing back. The shady merchant that was trading for nether stars never did. And they've been sitting there forever. Ooh, something else that I had got wrong on the last episode. I need to put the glasses back on for this. The spectacles. These were not run through the analyzer. And as you can see, we do have them mutating. So they do not have to run through the analyzer to mutate them. I originally was going to set that up over here, and I went, oh no, I don't want the bees mutating it. So that's why I got stuck all the way over there. Okay, last up. Going to show you how I made some unbreakable tools. It's not that difficult, but somebody deliberately asked about it, so I'm going to show you. So first off, we're going to make a pickaxe head. Oh, full of bees. Let's get rid of bees. This is going to be a problem if I'm going to be full of bees. Oh, we already filled with that one. Whoops. You come back. Okay. All right. So, pickaxe head. Whoops, I got 3 of them. That was dumb. Do I have any more paper? Nope. Let's get some paper. All right. More paper. And let's not do that. 1, 2. And that pisses me off no end. Okay, so we come over here and we pick pickaxe. We use a paper. Oh, this is a night slime tool rod. That's not too hard to make. Okay, so night slime. Is just a cobblestone, purple slime, and iron. So, making the smeltery. So we've got our paper pickaxe with the unnatural trait. I'm not sure if it works better in the progressive automation machines or not, but hopefully it's making them faster. I have lots of the purple stuff, so it doesn't matter. I'm just making them. I've never got around to really testing them. And a shovel. And we come over here. Oh, this is your basic aluminum brass. And you can pour it in just as a plain plate, is what I did. Or you can come over and grab any of these that you don't want anymore and use them instead. And I made 10 of these, so it's just obsidian, and 10 of the blank casts. Gives me reinforced modifiers. Oh, and something else I'm going to need. I have some iron in here. There's blood in there. I wonder if that was a butterfly or something. Okay, and that is the sharpening cast, I think. Is it the sharpening cast? Yeah, that's the sharpening cast. So we're going to pour that once. And again. Okay. So we come over here. We take these things and that. And we put the 5 upgrades on it. And this tool now says Unbreakable. And we come over here, we grab our 2 iron sharpening kits because those are iron, whatchamacallits, miners. Oh, and we're going to need flint. So we take this, a sharpening kit, and a flint. And this brings it up to, basically it's an iron tool now. Okay, and so that's how I would make the tools to go in those miners over there. All right, I guess that pretty much covers it for this episode. I hope you learned something useful. Hope to see you next time. Go out there and have some fun. Thanks.